Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the channel. Today, I am gonna do this is a an in week not really analysis, but an in week like take on sort of like where I'm at, you know. So, uh, yeah, here we are. Okay, guys. Let me start off with. You know what? Let me start off. Let me start with the trade that I'm, in right now. So, this is GBP guys. For those who don't know, this is GBP You can see it on the bottom left corner of your screen. This is the daily time frame. Let me just do this. Thank you. This is the daily time frame. And as you can see, for the most part, we have been in this consolidation right here. This consolidation right here, we just now, like not long ago, just broken out of it. And obviously, as you can see, we are also in an uptrend. So most likely what you should be looking for in like a trend like this is obviously buys. That does not mean that there aren't sales. As you can see, there are mini sales, right? Now we jump off to the 4-hour time frame. I hope my hand is not covering the mic and you guys can hear me perfectly. We jump off to the 4-hour time frame now. You practically are seeing this and you're also thinking that, oh wow, you're out of this trade. No, I'm not out of this trade. This one right here, I'm not out of it. Because that's not the only trade I took. I also where is I'm looking for my, oh, here it is, object tree. Yes, long, here we are. I was also, the first trade that I took was here. As you can see, it's a little bit at the bottom, right? And right now it has been pushing up, which is very good. And I'm targeting the daily highs. This is the highest point, of the daily. As you can see, let me just move back to the daily. It's not necessarily the highest point. It's where the market had sort of like a resistance slash support. It's not necessarily the highest point. I apologize for that mistake. It's not a highest point. The highest point, as you can see, it's right here. That's the highest point, and yeah, that is our highest point. So let's jump back to the 4-hour. Guys, as you can see, like for the most part, like this week, we have been in a bullish trend. We have been bullish, but we also have had some market rejections, not necessarily rejections, corrections, market corrections and rejection. Yeah, I was correct. And rejections. We've had market corrections and rejections, and basically the sellers have been trying to bring it down, so they could buy it at a better price. And now that we have seen them like try to bring it down and potentially looking to buy it at a better price, it looks like the big institutes and whatever are in now. So now I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait for it to come and hit my target and come back and analyze what really happened and analyze how I actually managed this trade, and yeah, whether I was over risking on it or whether I was, in the sweet spot of, risk management. There's a lot of stuff that I have to do after, this trade completes, whether it's going to the upside or going to the downside. For this one, I did not move my stop loss of the first trade, which was this one. I did not move my stop loss. Normally what I like to do is I would move my stop loss like right at my entry, and as you can see, if I did that, I would be out, right? I would be kicked out, and this move, this whole bullish move would have happened without me, right? But I did not I did not actually move my stop loss. And for this add-on trade, I did not put a stop loss on it, right? So those who are thinking that maybe I'm lying, this are the trades, and this is, you can see uh how they are, where I entered. you know this is actually what has happened. This is what how I entered, this is where I entered, and yeah, this is it. It's GBP JPY, and yeah, I I don't know how I can show you that it's not a demo account. I don't know how to show you that it's not a demo account, because you can still deposit and withdraw in a demo account. Oh yeah, it's been bad. I'm not gonna shy away from this. It's been bad, guys. It's been really. This account is fairly new. It's fairly new. This is the account that I made when I didn't have a lot of money. You can see that profit wise, I'm at a negative 419. But what I can tell you is what I've been trading with on this account is mostly profits, right? It's basically profits that I've made, from this account, and yeah, it's mostly been profits, as you guys can see. GBP JPY TP hit over here, and then also on gold, but yeah, it hasn't always been like this smooth sailing, per se. It hasn't been this smooth sailing. We have had some losses, some losses, some big wins, which is great. It's great. Yeah, as you can see with my losses, it's mostly persistent figures. It's nothing crazy, but accumulatively, that's where you can sense a bit of a problem, or you can see there's like a bit of a problem, but it's something that I should work on, and I have set up some rules in terms of like for the risk management of this particular account, because what I've noticed, you can set up rules, but most of the time, if you haven't like been trading that account, or yeah, you haven't been engaging in your trading account, you don't know what it could handle, and you don't know how, for how long it could handle stuff. So yeah, it's something that I had to adjust, and I may be speaking a lot of waffle right here, because I know there are people who are fairly better than me, and will understand what I'm trying to say, and some won't understand what I'm trying to say, and they'll take it as I'm trying to be smart. But please correct me in the comments, guys, from what I'm saying. If you understand, or if you agree with what I'm saying. And even if you don't agree, correct me, give me your point of view. Give me your opinion. Yeah, so correct me, and I always read the comments. I have to. I'm trying to learn, so I genuinely have to read the comments if I'm gonna be a better trader. So yeah. Where was I saying? This count, I didn't necessarily, because sometimes the profits really cloud you. This profits really clouds you from what the account is capable of handling, and what the account is not capable of handling. Because the same way you are seeing, like, these greens, like this gold right here, these two gold trades right here, you're looking at them and thinking, okay, you know he fairly made 600 or whatever. That's a good that's a good amount. But when you look at what I was risking on the account, it's actually not. Because the same way you can make this money, you could also lose this same amount of money. That's the thing with trading. Just because today you made 10,000 does not mean tomorrow you won't be able to lose it. So that's why a lot of traders, a lot of successful traders, professional traders, stress risk management a lot. That's why they stress risk management a lot. And that's why I took heed and I had to listen. But as you can see from the way I'm trading, it doesn't reflect that I've learned. It doesn't reflect that I've learned. So this is something that I need to work on personally. This is something I need to work on. So uh here are the two trades still going on. I don't want to look at what the profits will be. Obviously, I don't remember. I have seen them, but I don't remember what they will be. As you can see, this trade does not have a stop loss, as you can see, and the profit will be 107 rands, and this one would be 164. So all in all will be like 271. Yeah, 271, which would take the account to a fairly reasonable uh place, to put on a few risks depending on how this account is handled. So let's get back to the charts. Talking about this, yeah. Let's get back to the charts and let's look at gold. Gold, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was anticipating sales, like further sales. I didn't think that it would. Obviously, I know that this is obviously, as you can see, I know that we have a support here. Even on this purple line, this is the daily support. This is the point whereby the market has had a lot of touches and has respected it as a support or as a resistance. Now, most of the time, you see from the left. As you can see, the market was buying. Okay, the market was buying, and we got here. We got to the top of this, and then we sold, and then we bought, and then you're thinking, okay, it's not really that much. But when you look at this, we see that the market not only failed to break once, we can say twice, thrice, and then when it did break, it went up to retest again. So for me, when I'm looking at this, oh man, okay. When I'm looking at this and the market is practically showing me that it does respect at this point, obviously now we're looking at this. So what we're looking at, I think the market's gonna come up here again, which I personally don't mind, but we'll also see this. We'll also see these sales. That's what I am anticipating. Oh, also, by the way, this is not financial advice. These are just my ideas and my, perceptions of what I think these markets will do. These are not definite. I'm not a financial advisor. And if I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a financial investor or investment, whatever. I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody sharing what I think is gonna happen. This is not by any way, shape, or form advice on how to invest, on what to do with your income, right? Thank you. So my idea is, I'm thinking that gold is from this point, as you can see, I'm thinking that it's gonna go up. It's gonna push up, and then once it's up there, I think that it's gonna uh reject or respect. Respect that high, that lower high, and basically come down, right? Now let me just remove this, because like, you're basically wondering, like, why are there a lot of you know a lot of horizontal rays? Well, I use the Asian low and Asian high strategy. What that means is that if I'm looking for sales, right, and the market has the perfect formation for me, it has created most of the patterns that I am looking for, and essentially the last thing that I will need the market to do is break. Let's say I'm looking for sales. Let's say I'm looking for sales, and we have a double top at resistance, and we are in a downtrend. You know, on the higher time frames, and throughout the intraday time frames, we are in a downtrend in all of them. I would say in all of them it's fine. Yeah, in all of them we're in a downtrend, and we're at a resistance. The market is at a resistance. I'm at that point. I'm looking for sales. I'm looking for sales. I'm looking for the market to strongly push down, and I can only enter those sales once my Asian low is broken. Now you're looking at this and saying, okay, what do you mean by your Asian low? If you look at this, look at the time. That is my Asian high. What that tells me is that at that point, throughout the Asian session, the market has not created anything higher than that point, right? Same goes for my Asian low. The market has not created anything lower than that point throughout the whole Asian session, right? So upon the break of my Asian session, I mean my Asian low or Asian high, if depending on what I'm looking for, like, let's take for instance now gold. Let's say gold. I'm looking at it and I'm saying, you know what? Um, at this point, this this daily horizontal support has been respected so much. I don't think that gold is going to sell, right? I do not think that gold is going to sell at that point. So therefore, what I'm thinking is we're gonna have a reversal to the top. So I'm gonna be looking for buys. Okay, you're gonna be looking for buys. Now, how would you enter those buys? What would confirm for you that the market is buying? Okay, firstly, right now, you look at this and you say, okay, we have this double bottom, right? Although it may be out of the horizontal support, not I mean the horizontal zone, the support zone. This is like what I call the support zone. This is the support zone. It's outside the support zone. And okay, let's look at the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, the market has rejected and has gone back into the zone, meaning that the market has not only rejected 1, 2, 3 times, it had rejected 3 times. To move further down, it came back inside of the zone, right? Which is another indication that, okay, maybe we might be looking to buy gold. Now we come to the 1 hour. because this is where I mostly take my entries, right? 1 hour, we say okay, we have a double bottom, and our neckline is, and our horizontal high is at the neckline of the double bottom, right? Let me just remove this. So you're saying, like I said, upon the break of the Asian high, I'll be looking for buys, right? Now I'm looking for buys. Now we broke the Asian high at 12 o'clock, right? This 12 candlestick broke the Asian high, and not my Asian, my stop loss will be set below my Asian low, right? So now what you're looking at, you're saying, okay, if you want, like, it depends how you create your targets, right? It depends on how you create your targets, what you're actually looking to get out of the trade. You know, is it a long-term trade? Are you looking to get, the most money? So therefore, are you just looking to get a quick win? Because you could be looking to get different things, right? Throughout the market, right? So you can say, okay, because we have this resistance here, I'll put it there, and you're gonna be looking at a 1:4 risk to reward, a 1:1.4 risk to reward ratio, right? If you are like a greedy person, well, not a greedy person, like I said, it depends on actually what your targets are. You could put it here if you're looking for that 1:2, like, yeah, 1:2 risk to reward ratio. You can put it there, but like I said, the same way there aren't guarantees that the market is gonna get up there, it's also the same way there aren't guarantees that it's gonna go down to your stop loss. So you just have to be I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm trying to sound smart, and I'm confusing in the process. I'm also confusing myself. What am I trying to say? Targets depend on what you're trying to do within the market, right? And I want to go back to the GBP JPY. I haven't really established what I am trying to do. Am I trying to get is this a quick trade, or is this like a trade whereby I'm looking, obviously I'm looking to hit the TP, but well, what am I looking to actually do with this trade? What am I actually looking to do? Yeah, I I don't know. I don't know what I'm actually trying to do with this trade, because I entered it. Yeah, I knew that. Okay, we've broken. By the way, my Asian high is up around somewhere here. I know this for a fact. Where was my Asian high? Because I entered there. 8 o'clock. This was my Asian low. I think my Asian high was somewhere about here. Yeah, something like that. It was close to the neckline of this head and shoulder. If you can't see it, close to the neckline of this shoulder, head, shoulder. Yeah, it was closer to it, right? I think this was like a long-term trade for me, because I was willing to wait it out. I mean, I'm still willing to wait it out to get to the take profit. I'm still willing to wait it out. Because as you can see, like, it has been moving up and down, practically playing in the same prices. Not really having that impulsive movement. we've seen glimpses of it, you know. Um, Here we've seen glimpses of it there. We've also seen glimpses of it, you know, here with this bullish momentum. Even now with this, you know. Ugh, excuse me. So yeah, I don't want to overthink it, you know, but yeah, I think the what I was trying to do here was just hold it out until it hits the take profit, you know, making it a long term trade for me. So yeah, let's get back to gold and my example, you know. If you're looking to get that 1:2 and you're saying, okay, I'm gonna buy gold, obviously you did sustain a little bit of drawdown here. You did sustain a little bit of this drawdown, but it wasn't really, for that long. It wasn't really for that long. And if you were looking for buys on this trade, right now, and you entered there, it's a great price to enter, So you entered there and then came back a little bit down, and then impulse pushed, really corrected a little bit, impulse push, corrected, impulse, correction, impulse, and now we have this little correction. We might see an impulse movement to the top, and then from here we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, this is just a rough explanation of my edge, this is just a rough explanation of my edge. So yeah, and yeah, that's it. Oil, I was also looking at the US oil for sales. Wow, it really sold very good. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you and say these buys really demotivated me, not demoted me, they demotivated me, because I was looking at this, right? Understand, I'm looking at this, I'm seeing that, okay, the market is now forming lower highs into this support level. And when I saw this, I was like, okay, all we need to do now is just break. And bear in mind, my Asian low was at this support, right? So you're looking at this. You're looking at this and saying, okay, yeah, this is my Asian low right here, guys, right there. Let me just move this so you guys can see clearly. Asian low, right where the 8 o'clock candlestick ends, right? Asian high, right here. Now you're saying, why is, now you might be asking yourself, why is your Asian high at the 4 o'clock candlestick? Because since the new day, the start of the new day, the market hasn't really been at a point where we can say that, okay, it's a high. Like here, we can say like, okay, this is just a little bit this is a little high. The market hasn't really created this, and it did create it 4 o'clock right here. So at this point, 4 o'clock, at this point at 4 o'clock, we're looking at it and we're thinking, okay, that's our Asian high, because at that point the market hasn't really created anything higher than that point. And right here, our Asian low, the market hasn't really created anything lower than this. So what I was looking for is, okay, the market is gonna buy. I was looking for those buy. I wasn't really looking to enter, but I was anticipating that those buys would happen, just so it can complete this this formation, just so we can complete this formation of lower highs, So I was looking for it and hoping that it does create it, and it really did, it really did. But because of it's not really intense rules, but it's just rules that It doesn't seem, it doesn't seem intense to me because I've followed them now for the longest of time. So they don't seem intense. What I was looking for is a break, and I had an alert here. I had an alert at this low. This is where I would put my Asian low alert, whereby when the market gets there, it alerts me whether it's gonna break or it's just playing around that level. I have to be on the lookout if I'm looking for sales, enter sales once it breaks and closes. Okay, I wanted to also emphasize this. Whenever you hear me say break, just know that what I mean is also a close, like a break and close. The market could break and come back inside. No, no, no. I'm looking for a break and close outside of the Asian session, my Asian low and Asian high. I'm looking for a break outside of it. So I was waiting for it and it never came. It never came. I wasn't anticipating that it was gonna buy like the way it did. It was really a shock to me, like wow, that impulsive buy it just threw me off, and I just said, you know what, fair, I do not know. I don't know what's actually gonna happen, so I just left it. Right now, like look at this right now. Look at what I'm seeing right now. And I want to show it to you in a line chart because I also utilize a line chart. I really love it. It takes out all the noise. You're seeing this right now. Bear in mind, this is created. This is considered a low, right? This is considered a lower high. And now, obviously, we have created this massive higher high. But we're still coming back to the same point, right? Still coming back to the same support. Imagine this and then a further break. So do you see what I'm seeing? Like if this was a formation that was possible and this is what the market could do, then okay, fine. I would definitely be looking to sell it upon, the break. But also, what's gonna need to happen right now, it's what? It is 2 o'clock, right? So that means that this candlestick is gonna end at 5 o'clock. The candlestick is gonna end. The market can play around the support. I don't mind if it does. I don't mind if it starts playing around here on the 1 hour. Let me just fix this. On the 1 hour, I don't mind if it starts playing around here. And then Asian session, create our Asian high. And then make sure that our low is here, right? At the support. Knowing that, I know that upon our Asian low being formed at the support, once it actually breaks, brother, I'm gone. I am gone. I'm entering the trade, I'm obviously gonna enter it. And something that could also happen, I'm just seeing it now. Let me just go to the 4 hour. Something that could also happen, right, is this. We could have this. Excuse me. We could also have this, right? I also wouldn't mind seeing this. I also wouldn't mind seeing a formation like this. I don't know what to call it. Some people call it like a flag, a bearish flag. I don't know if people still use that terminology. I don't know if people still use that type of terminology or if they don't anymore. For those wondering what does CLH means, CLH means current lower high, meaning that's the lowest point. That's the highest that's the lowest highest point that the market has. The lowest highest point that the market has. This would be our, oh no, oh my gosh. Okay, kind of having network problems. That means that this at this point will be like our lower low on the daily time frame. You know, as you can see right here, we have this highest point and we have this lowest point, right? As long as the market are within these points, you can't really say that okay, the market is currently, trading at its lowest point, because it's not, you know. So yeah, that's what I have on oil. And that's it. Yeah, the other ones I haven't really looked at. I have looked at the euro USD. This trade, I took it on a demo account. That's why you didn't see it in the real account. You didn't see it. I took this on a demo account, and it's just been playing around. The thing is with Euro USD, you cannot trade it alone because it's in correspondence with the DXY. So I know that when the DXY is buying, I must look for sales on the Euro USD, and I've fairly been able to predict very well the DXY's movement, but it's kind of expensive to trade. The DXY comes with a high risk, because right now with the broker that I'm using, you don't get a small spread. You don't get small spread when you're trading DXY with the broker that I'm using. So it's looked at as an exotic pair. So yeah, that's why you don't get that type of spread. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm currently gonna be monitoring this. Hopefully it does push up. I don't, you know what? Because I've waited for so long, I'm definitely gonna take profit there. I was thinking about maybe removing it and waiting to see if it actually continues to go up or not. But I'm just gonna take it there and look for other opportunities. You know, hopefully next week, we have an abundance of them. Because today is what, Wednesday? Today is a Wednesday, and yeah, today is a Wednesday, the 19th of November. Thursday, yeah, I can trade if opportunities deem wise, but Friday is a no trading day for me. I won't trade if I'm holding any trades at that time. Yeah, if I'm gonna be holding any trades at that time on Friday, and I don't see any significant shows, I'm sorry, and I don't see anything that suggests to me that I should close them, I won't. I'll just hold it over the weekend and see how the market opens the next week. Yeah. So for now, this is what I have. This is what I'm in. And I'll definitely see you guys in the next video when I update you on what happened for the whole week and what I did, what I traded. If there's something that I learned, if there's something that I applied very well, and if there's a mistake that I did, and just an overall update on how I traded and how I managed myself and the account. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed what you've seen and what you've heard from me, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. Comment on your perspective of how you see the market. The market has changed. Obviously, it has changed. It has changed a lot this year. Um. Also, if you're able to remind me in the comments, for the video coming up to show you guys my the big account that I've had for this year, and how I traded it, and how I also traded that account, just to give you an overview of that account. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.